First of all, I want to thank God, as always. I think that's the first thing I should do every time I get a chance to make a video. Uh, Thank you, God, but also God give me strength because of understanding what what's happening to me. Because being a target individual is not gonna be easy. It's not easy, and because I've humiliated people who are still so much in wishful they just wish that I just couldn't see them for what they are. And me being vocal about it is not something that's good for me. Obviously, there'll be a point when I want to be able to express myself, but the perps contracting this program, they have to stick in character. And they have no shame because what they do is they know that with time things get worse, right? They know that with time the target individual lose more of who he is or who she is. And so they can bring back the things they try to play with you and manipulate you 6 months later. They can do that and they have no shame. Unless you bring the shame by saying out loud what they do. Now this is a memory manipulation talked about before, but I made a lot of videos as you can see, a lot of about memory manipulations. But this memory manipulation is a pure pure proof that there's something that has been changed in me for me to experience this thing this way. It shows the exact before and after reactions. Before, I was watching this like everybody, enjoying it in a wholesomeness of it. Today, me even talking about it, I'm forced to get stimulations. Now, I'm not even gonna try to experience my real memory at the time. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna make me have my memory with this experience, with these stimulations. But I'm glad that I was able to express myself at one point, and I'm gonna try to speak about that again, but with even more manipulation of my memory, or more memory erase. Now I speak about something almost like a legend of how I was able to experience things without getting the stimulation. But this is not the first time. I remember when they were about to mess with me. I remember the neighbors they involved in this. They were like, "Oh, battle," because I think I saw something about like this kid or something that they start bringing up this memory which was going to be changed, and I did my best to try to relive the way I was able to experience this video without this nasty stimulation. It didn't work out. They kept manipulating me to experience it the way they make me experience things. And I remember the neighbor just kind of before that started happening say, "Hey, starting a battle," and it for the whole night was back and forth, frustrating. So now when they bring that up, I don't have the energy to get this and frustrated, but I usually pull up the video, but because I don't remember the title of the video, it's just I don't know what to do. Sorry, I don't know if I can bring that up, but it was such a battle that I tried to give it. I tried to watch this video again, which I'll talk about what video it is, and I was getting this stimulation they make me have that they say they mapped it to you, which is me in this case. They're making my brain be the brain of me when I was a child, but I was like I was not experiencing that then. So what happened? What changed in my brain for me to experience this in this way? What happened? What is something? Because it's funny. Somebody said, "Oh, there's something." Yeah, I wonder why there was nothing happening in this fashion when I was watching this video before August 19, 2019. And today, after August 19, 2019, I'm feeling it this way with the mapped version. What happened? Do you understand? So this is this video. It's like this 4 5 year old little girl who I forgot her name. I'll bring up her her name at some point. So I don't even want to look at her because they're gonna force me to get this stimulation. And she did the dance. I remember watching that and I'm like, oh, okay, okay, like following her. She was like doing it. She had a lot of like swagger when she was dancing. She was doing, she had like her sunglasses. I was like, okay, okay. Not even talking about it, the thing. So I'm gonna speak about this experiencing disgusting reactions because of what they make me experience. But I was like, okay, okay, yeah, I'm like, okay, it's like, I'm like, okay, like enjoying the way she's dancing and like everybody, she went like viral. It was like a very popular video and everybody's talking about it. And she had like all this attitude and everything else, and she like like a little sassiness about her. She like, okay, okay, she got like the dancing and just like, and I was like, okay, okay. And I'll enjoy this. It was wholesome. it was it was a fun video to watch, and nothing that I'm experiencing today was experienced at the time. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Matter of fact, I use the word sassy. You're gonna hear how they're gonna try to manipulate this thing. But it's not really sassy. It was just like more like attitude. I would say like when she was like dancing like, and she was like trying to, and that was like pretty cool. The reason why they make me use the word sassy and I went with the word sassy is because they when I say sassy, they make me experience this thing that they say that mapped it to me as a child. But that's not a word I will use, so I should be true to myself. It's more of like an attitude. She had like this attitude when she was dancing, like it was just like a like swagger attitude. And so I love that video. I remember every time her video come up, I was like, oh, let me see this. It was very wholesome. This is the kind of content I enjoy. Um, with none of these things. But as I speak about it, I'm being forced to give the experiences that they make me experience. You know, I think in their mind they think if I'm speaking about it and I'm trying to think about what was happening in these videos, and then putting stimulation will make me accept these false memories. The truth is, they will not let me be me. They'll never let me be me. So I was not experiencing none of this shit. Excuse my language. None of this stimulation. And it was not too long before August 19, 2019. It's really like a before and after. So me being able to see this thing normally, and today, oh my gosh, the stimulation. They'll make me have these stimulations that they say, now you felt like that when you were a kid. But I watched that when I was an adult. You didn't get nothing. So what you tell me is I should identify to you, manipulate me to be a child. You are changing me, and it's obvious, but that's a given. Of course they're changing me. Right before August 2019, I was watching that in a normal way, enjoying this. Today, get the sensation stimulation that shows that you are literally manipulating me to have a reaction that I will not react in that way. I will not have these stimulations or sensations if I was not being manipulated by people who manipulate people in these disgusting ways. So when they say there is something, I'm like, yes. Why would that be normal and not be normal and be able to consume this content with no reaction, no stimulation, no sensation? And today, I'm mapped. My brain is forced to get stimulation, sensation. Then you said it's me when I was a child, but I just watched out when I was an adult, and I'm a grown man. So that should be seen as, for me as a target individual, this is how you change, because it's really bad. Like if I watch them right now, they'll give me the stimulation that they say they mapped to me as a child. But this is the same videos I used to watch when I was normal, when I was me, when I was myself. So I'm no longer me. I'm manipulated by this trash that forced me to get sexual stimulation toward children and then say that it's me when I was a child. When, as a grown man, I was able to watch this normally. Today, I can't because I'm forced to get sexual stimulation, and the rationale is we're just making you think the way you used to think as a child. With all the sensation stimulation, they were making all this kind of nasty noises that they're gonna fist you, they're gonna torture you. These horrible things that they say that's gonna happen to me. It's not only used to just disorient me, but it's also the reality of how humiliated they are. As a target individual, if you don't identify with this manipulation, it's somewhat of a failure. Because these people want you to identify with this. They want you to not only experience that, which there's nothing you can do. You will experience what they want you to experience. There's nothing you can do about that. I think the only thing you can do is not identify to these things. But the experiences you're gonna have is whatever they want you to experience. There's no way they can make you feel like it's so like it just to me it doesn't even make sense. It's like the way it's like they've removed my original reaction, but saying that those don't even matter. Meaning my original reactions before August 19, 2019. Like those that don't matter. This reaction today is what makes sense, right? The one where we're saying that you are experiencing that because as a child, that's how you experience things. And I remember not too long, and now it's worse than before. At least before, with time it's getting worse. But before, I was able to have a tiny bit more strength in that memory. In my brain, what they create the battles like, but some memories sometimes are stronger. Why aren't you able to hold on to the strong reaction, like not the strong, like what don't you have the strong memory of how you experience it? Because you're erasing it. Because you are removing this. And I remember her dancing. I remember but I've watched maybe 3 videos or so, 4 videos. It's not somebody who's always so we can easily change that. But I remember her like and at one point, it was even my point of references in regard of how I was able to be normal before, and now look at me. How come was I able to see this video in this way? I used to say that. I used to be like, but if you guys say it's me, why was I able to watch this video and be okay? Oh, surprise. Boop, erased. Changed, new version. New version, now this is how you feel. Try to go look at this video. Boop, stimulation. That's the new version now. With time it's getting worse. And I've understood that. They've been working on erasing this and changing that before I even knew they were doing it. I remember being able to even use that, saying, when I mean use that, I mean use as an example of, look, I know what you guys are doing to me is what you guys are doing to me. I was able to get this experience. I was able to watch this video of this child, the black little girl, typical black little girl that they forced me to have stimulation today. It's like, no, we mapped it, this, that. So what, I remember to be able to say, so if you're saying you mapped it, or whatever, you're not manipulating my brain, why was I able to watch this video? Fast forward now, changed, even before now, like 7 months ago or so, when they start playing with me, boop, disappear. Becomes the new version that they want me to have. They are truly destroying my memories and recreating them in different fashion and making me experience what I'm experiencing today and applying that to my memories. They are erasing who I am and then implanting their nastiness and then be like, no, but that's how you will see it if you were a child. What? And then they go like, pay for what you did as a kid. It's like, I'm a grown man. First of all, I've seen this thing when I was a grown man. I did not get this nastiness. I'm a grown man. I'm even older now. And now you tell me the way I get this, the way I'm going to look at this is the way I'm, when I was a child. What do you mean, stupidity? You making me mentally retarded? That's just proof that you are doing something to me. That you're manipulating my brain in these disgusting ways. And if your rationale is like now you're, which is something they've said before, it's like now you're like, it's you when you're 14 years old. Somebody said that from their mouth. A grown man said that. Trash. A grown man said this, like, no, it's you when you're 14. Or it's your brain when you're 14 years old. It's like, what? This man said that. Do you understand how crazy this shit is? And I was supposed to be like, and that was before I knew about target individual, but now it's not even me when I'm 14. But even that, can you imagine looking at somebody in their 30s and be like, hey, that's you when you're 14? Do you understand how retarded it is? And so this video shows that obviously I'm being manipulated to be experiencing these things, because before August 2019, I was watching this, enjoying this normally. Now, boop, nasty. Oh, we mapped it to you as a kid. What? These are people who do the pedophilia type of torture. Forget about even the fact that this retardation of logic is what they try to make me accept. But these people truly force men and women to have sexual stimulation toward children. For me, they make me have these experiences and then tell me, no, we made you a child. This is how you would experience this if you're a child. No, this is what you make me experience. This is the pedophilia type of torture, and your retardation of logic is what it sounds like. And they're like, no, but remember what you did as a kid. What? First of all, I know they do horrible things to babies, as young as this baby. I think this kid was like 4 or 5 years old, something like that. They torture children that are 4 and 5 years old sexually. Some of them with autism or Down syndrome. So you tell me that, one, I'm seeing this thing this way because you are making my brain like a child. Then you talk about the act of a child, an impulsive child, where you try to exaggerate. You who tortured children as young as this kid. And on top of that, when I was a child, I did not experience this way. You are forcing me to experience that in my memories as a child. In every way you look at it, even the most logical way that you try to make you accept this thing, as in, we are just making you experience the way you experience it if you're a child. But you already seen this when you were just an adult in your 30s at this point. And you got none of these reactions. But their way of logic for you to accept this in your brain is, yeah, but that was before we were in your brain, making you think the way you would have thought at some point in your childhood. What the hell? And then they had this trash. They used this child like in the video. You seen this video when I went to Dreamat. That's the kind of mentality of a child that need. Frustrated, mad. Hey, shut up! Shut up! Because this trash are framing me. And they're compromised. They're trapped while framing me. So for them to cope with reality, they want to stick in that fantasy. Not going to let that happen. Target individuals stay strong.